Most people believe real estate investing requires huge amounts of money. But what if you could earn returns from real estate without buying the property itself? There is a little-known strategy used by investors across the United States called tax lien investing. In some cases, investors can earn 8%, 12%, or even more simply by paying someone else's unpaid property taxes. It sounds strange, but it's a real system used by local governments to collect overdue taxes. And today, we're going to break down tax lien investing for beginners step by step. To understand tax lien investing, we first need to understand what a tax lien is. When a property owner fails to pay their property taxes, the local government still needs that money to fund schools, roads, and public services. So instead of waiting indefinitely, the government creates a tax lien certificate. This certificate represents the unpaid tax debt attached to the property. And here's the interesting part. Investors can purchase that tax lien. When they do, they essentially pay the property owner's tax bill to the government. In return, they earn interest on that debt. Local governments rely heavily on property taxes to operate. Schools need funding. Roads must be maintained. Emergency services must be paid. But when property owners fail to pay their taxes, cities face a problem. Rather than chasing unpaid taxes for years, many governments sell tax liens to investors through public auctions. This allows the government to collect the money immediately. Investors then collect the interest when the property owner repays the debt. So how exactly do investors profit from tax lien investing? When investors purchase a tax lien certificate, they earn interest on the unpaid tax amount. Each state sets its own interest rates. Some states offer rates of 8%, others may allow up to 18% or even higher. If the property owner eventually pays their overdue taxes, the investor receives the original tax amount plus the interest. This creates a unique investment opportunity backed by real estate. Tax liens are usually sold through public auctions. These auctions may take place online at county courthouses or through government auction platforms. Investors compete by bidding on the interest rate they are willing to accept. In some auctions, the investor offering the lowest interest rate wins the lien. This process can move quickly, with experienced investors purchasing dozens of liens in a single auction. After a tax lien is purchased, the property owner is given time to repay their debt. This is called the redemption period. Depending on the state, this period may last anywhere from several months to several years. During this time, the property owner can repay the unpaid taxes along with interest. If they do, the investor receives their money plus the interest they earned. But what happens if the property owner never repays their taxes? In some cases, the investor may have the legal right to start the foreclosure process. This means the investor could potentially gain ownership of the property. However, this situation is less common than many beginners expect. Most property owners eventually repay their tax debt. Like any investment, tax lien investing carries risks. Some properties may be worthless. Some properties may have environmental issues or demolition orders. And sometimes investors may wait years before receiving repayment. This is why experienced investors carefully research properties before bidding on tax liens. Successful tax lien investors spend most of their time researching properties. They check property value, location, other liens on the property, and the condition of the land or building. Proper research helps investors avoid buying liens attached to worthless properties. It's important not to confuse tax liens with tax deeds. In tax lien investing, you are buying the debt tied to the property. But in tax deed investing, you may be purchasing the property itself at auction. Both strategies exist in different states and they operate under different rules. Understanding the difference is critical before getting started. For beginners interested in tax lien investing, the first step is education. Learn how your state handles property tax liens, study past auctions, and start small. Many experienced investors recommend beginning with only a few liens while you learn the process. Imagine a property owner owes $1,000 in unpaid property taxes. You purchase that tax lien certificate at auction. If the state interest rate is 12% and the homeowner repays within 1 year, you could earn $120 in interest. Multiply this across multiple tax liens and investors can build a portfolio of income-producing certificates. Some investors love tax lien investing because it combines elements of real estate and fixed income investing. It can provide predictable interest payments. It is backed by property, and in rare cases, investors may even acquire real estate at a discount. For these reasons, tax lien investing has attracted many long-term investors. Tax lien investing may sound complicated at first, but at its core, the idea is simple. Investors help local governments collect unpaid property taxes. In return, they earn interest on that debt. For beginners willing to learn the process, research properties carefully, and start small, tax lien investing can become an interesting alternative real estate strategy. And who knows? The next tax lien auction might be your first step into a new world of investing.